My name's Suzanne Phillips. I've been in this fleet industry for around 20 years now, starting off in finance, then moving around into kind of fleet consultancy around policy, taxation, legislation changes. And as my career has progressed, I've worked more closely now with some of those larger, more complex fleets, and really kind of nailing, I guess, our proposition from an Ayvens perspective to meet, I guess, the customer needs, whether that be around EV technology and decarbonisation, commercial vehicles and mission critical fleets, or increasingly data and how you bring all those different data points together to create insights. So I think there's three main areas which we focus on as a commercial vehicle leasing provider. The first is really doing the basics well, and for me that's compliance, whether that be the vehicle compliance or the driver safety. It's around data and reporting, and it's really around in-life proactive management and cost control. From a second point of view, I think it's really important that we show that we're adding measurable value throughout that contract, and quite often that might be around specific projects we do with our customers. So for example, scheduling a refurb process around seasonal activity. It could be around reviewing the flexibility requirements of that fleet and maybe kind of using Flex, our product Flex, alongside the contract hire vehicles. But it could also be around the kind of analysis that we do, for example, TCO analysis, which doesn't just look at the rent of the vehicle, but also kind of takes into other aspects of costs such as VOR, maintenance costs, and time to charge. And then lastly, thirdly, I think a really important area is innovation. So we work with our partners, with our suppliers, with kind of market innovators to work out what the next thing on that roadmap is. So I think I spoke about EV transition earlier. One of the largest barriers to entry, or one of the kind of challenges around barriers to entry for EV transition is around charging. So we're working with innovators in the market to look at mobile units, energy storage, looking at charging hubs between our customers, and even for our company car and EV salary sacrifice drivers, looking at how salary sacrifice may be an option for private EV charging. So I said earlier that as part of my team, we look at the key propositions that add value within the fleet industry. One of the kind of areas that is on the tip of everyone's tongue at the moment is electric vehicles, the transition to electric vehicles, and the ZEV mandate. We also look at rental and flex as an alternative to seasonal demand, but also as kind of a way of reducing costs overall. Our consultancy team does the market scanning, understands the tax legislation and the trajectory going forward. And from a commercial vehicle point of view perspective, we're looking at things like uptime, how we maximise that uptime of the vehicle, telematics, data and analytics again. And I think we talked about earlier around the TCO plus analysis that we're looking at, and that's a real differentiator to make sure that you get the right vehicle for the right job with the best efficiency from an operational point of view, but also the best value from a cost point of view. So I think there's a couple of different areas that we need to look at here. So number one, we need to be using the right systems. We need to be capturing the data in the right way. And then secondly, we need to then take that data and kind of make meaningful insights out of that data that fleets can action against. We need to use the right partners, our supply chain and our network. That's so important to work with. And lastly, and probably most importantly, it's our people. So within our commercial vehicle team, we have CPC accreditation, we have expertise across the leasing industry, we have ex-fleet managers, ex-OEMs. We also have our additional technical expertise and tax expertise within our consultancy team. And I think just to explain just how important it is for us to increase our kind of commercial vehicle expertise wider across the organisation, we have our commercial vehicle academy in place, which also integrates our customer services teams, our implementation teams, and our BI teams to increase that knowledge right across our business.